Hello everyone. This is my real voice. No AI, no fake sound. On this channel, I share powerful sci-fi stories about humanity, space, war, hope, and survival. These stories are about humans standing strong when the universe turns dark. Going to be your narrator. If you enjoy real storytelling, real emotions, and epic sci-fi, subscribe, support the channel, and let's explore the stars together. Going to be your narrator. Now, let's get into today's story. It was a dead moon. No air, no sound, just dust, rocks, and silence that had lasted 10,000 years. Dr. Arlen wasn't supposed to be here. He knew the rules. Everyone did. The elders had carved them in stone, buried them in files, screamed them in old radio waves. Do not go to K9 Moon. Do not touch the vault. Do not wake what sleeps below. But Arlen didn't listen. He stood now on the cracked gray surface, helmet foggy with sweat, hands shaking as he typed the last code into the control panel. His crew waited inside the ship, scared, silent. They begged him not to do this. But he said, "Knowledge is worth the risk." He was wrong. The ground rumbled. A low, deep sound, like a giant breathing after a long sleep. Cracks spread across the rock. With a hiss of ancient steam, a metal door rose from the dirt. Inside, a black tunnel. And at the end, a machine. It glowed soft blue, ancient, smooth, covered in strange symbols that looked like eyes watching him. Arlen stepped inside. His boots echoed. The air was cold, too cold for a machine that had been buried for centuries. On the wall, a single phrase was written in 20 languages, including one no one spoke anymore. Do not awaken humanity. They were sealed for a reason. He ignored it. He pressed his hand on the center of the machine. A scan light passed over his palm. For a second, nothing happened. Then, light exploded. Blue fire filled the chamber. The machine powered up with a roar that shook the moon. Lights flashed red. Alarms blared in a language no human had heard before. Outside, the stars flickered. Arlen stumbled back, heart pounding. On his wrist screen, a message appeared, glowing white on black. Protocol Omega activated. Humanity reboot initiated. What did I do?" he whispered. Then the lights on his ship went out. Back on the ship, his crew screamed. 1 second, they were watching Arlen on the screen. The next, static. Then silence. Total silence. No comms. No power. No life signs. And then, the ship doors opened by themselves. Arlen ran back, shouting into his radio. "Team, answer me." No reply. He burst into the ship. Empty. Helmets on the floor. Meals still warm. But no people. Just gone. Like they vanished into thin air. Then he saw it. On the main screen, a live feed played, from deep space. A planet. Earth. But not as it was. Ruins. Broken cities. And in the sky, thousands of pods falling like rain. Each one labeled, Human, Class Omega, Awakening. A cold voice filled the room, a voice that was not human, not machine, but something older. "You broke the seal, little one. Now the sleepers rise, and the galaxy will burn again." Arlen fell to his knees. He wanted to cry, but tears froze in his eyes, because outside, the sky was changing. Stars were blinking out, one by one, not dying, being erased. Something was coming, fast, silent, hungry. He looked at his reflection in the dark screen. His eyes, once calm, now full of fear, stared back. And behind him, in the shadows of the ship, something moved. Slow. Heavy. Breathing. He turned. Nothing there. But the air felt wrong. Like it was watching him. He ran to the control room, fingers flying over keys. Emergency jump. Now. The engines whined. Nothing happened. Dead. Then, a single red light blinked on the console. A message scrolled. You are not leaving. You started this. You will see it end. Arlen backed away. His breath came fast. He grabbed a plasma torch, his only weapon. In the hallway, metal groaned. Footsteps. Not human footsteps. Too heavy. Too slow. He raised the torch. Who's there? Silence. Then, a whisper right in his ear. Not through the radio. In his own mind. We warned you. The lights died completely. Only the blue glow from outside lit the ship now, casting long, sharp shadows. One shadow didn't match his shape. Had too many arms. Too many eyes. Arlen screamed. The sound cut off instantly. Outside, the moon was silent again. But the machine was still glowing. And deep below, in a vault no one knew existed, a second machine began to hum. Its light was red, and it was smiling. The ship floated alone. No crew. No signals. Just Dr. Arlen, alive, but not safe. He hadn't slept in 2 days. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the shadow with too many arms. Every sound made him jump. The ship systems were half dead. Lights flickered. Doors opened by themselves. And the machine on the moon kept humming. Louder now. But Arlen had found something. Deep in the ship's damaged core, buried under error logs and static, was a hidden file. Label: Elder Archive. Do not open. Of course, he opened it. The screen filled with snow. Then a face appeared. An old man. Oh. Skin like silver. Eyes full of sadness. He wore a long robe covered in star maps. Behind him, a city of crystal towers, burning. The man spoke slowly, voice broken by time. If you are hearing this, then the seal has broken, and we are already gone. Arlen leaned closer. We were the keepers, the elder said. For 10,000 years, we watched over the sleeping ones. Not out of kindness, out of fear. The image flickered, showed a war. Sky full of fire. Cities melting. Humans, not with guns, but with powers no one should have. Minds bending reality. Eyes burning through steel. Humanity did not fall, the elder whispered. They evolved into weapons. Weapons that turned on their own creators. We had no choice. We put them to sleep. All of them. Locked their minds. Buried their bodies. Sealed their history. Arlen's hands shook. So, we weren't extinct? We were turned off. The elder's eyes filled with tears. You ask why we left. We didn't. We ran. Because the last time a human woke up early, it killed a star. The video cut to black for a second. Then the elder returned. Older now, weaker. There is a failsafe. A final vault. Hidden in the dark between galaxies. If the protocol is ever triggered, only a pure human, the first awakened, can reach it. But beware. The machine knows. And it will stop her. Her. Arlen whispered. The elder leaned into the camera, voice dropping to a whisper. You think you woke up the past, but you woke up the future, and it has teeth. Suddenly, the screen glitched. Static. Then a new image. A girl, standing in ruins. Hair wild. Eyes glowing faint blue. She looked right at Arlen, through the screen, as if she could see him. Behind her, the ground cracked open. Metal arms rose from the dirt. Machines bowing to her. The elder's voice returned, now filled with terror. She is the key. And the lock. And the end. The video ended. Silence. Arlen sat frozen. Girl? What girl? Where is she? Then bang. The ship shook. Something hit the hull. Hard. Alarms blared. Red lights flashed. On the outer camera feed, Arlen saw it. A drone. Black. Smooth. No weapons visible. Just watching. And on its side, a symbol. A closed eye with a lock through it. The same symbol from the machine on the moon. It floated closer. Then it spoke. Not in words. In thoughts. Directly into Arlen's mind. You know too much. Delete the file. Arlen slammed his fist on the console. No. He tried to send the file to a safe drive. But the ship froze. The drone moved to the airlock. Hissing. It was coming inside. He grabbed the plasma torch again. Backed into the engine room. Looked around for a weapon. Found an old data rod. Still hot. If he couldn't run, he'd hide the truth. He shoved the elder's message into the rod, sealed it in a metal case, and threw it into the waste chute, which led to the escape pod's trash bin. If he died, maybe someone else would find it. Footsteps. Metal on metal. The door creaked open. Arlen held his breath. The drone floated in. No eyes. No mouth. Just a smooth black sphere, with that locked eye symbol glowing red. It hovered. Then, it scanned him. A voice, cold and clean. Memory purge initiated. Arlen dropped the torch and ran. Down the corridor. Past broken doors. Into the old lab. He locked the door behind him. Panting. On the wall. A mirror. He looked at himself. Face pale, eyes wide. And then, his own reflection smiled. But Arlen wasn't smiling. He screamed. The mirror cracked. Outside, the drone stopped. It turned, and flew toward the escape pod. It knew. The file was there. Arlen had one chance. He ran to the pod controls. Fingers flying. Launch emergency pod now. Engines roared. The pod shot out, just as the drone slammed into the main ship. In space, the tiny pod drifted. Inside, Arlen clutched the metal case. On the screen behind him, his ship exploded. Silent, bright, beautiful. He was alive. But not alone. Because in the pod storage bin, the data rod blinked once. And from deep in the void, a single star went dark. A sign. She was awake. And she was coming. Dust covered everything. The city had no name. No people. No birds. Just broken towers leaning like tired giants. And streets full of rusted cars, frozen in time. And in the middle of it all, a girl. She woke up alone. No memory. No voice. No idea who she was. She sat up slowly, hands pressing into cold ash. Her skin was pale. Her hair black and tangled. She wore a thin white suit, like hospital clothes, but it glowed faintly at the seams. She looked around. Nothing moved. Except the wind. And the whispers. At first, she thought it was her imagination. But then she heard it again. Soft, broken voices, speaking from the walls, the ground, even the sky. She's awake, she's awake, she's awake. She stood, legs shaky, head spinning. A voice inside her head, not hers, spoke calmly. Welcome back, Subject Zero. She gasped. Who said that? No answer. She walked. One step. Then another. Bare feet on broken glass. She didn't bleed. Her eyes, deep blue, almost glowing, saw things others couldn't. Heat in the walls, energy in the wires, and deep underground, something breathing. She found a mirror in a shattered shop, stared at her reflection. Same face, but wrong. Her pupils flickered, like data scrolling behind them. Then the mirror whispered, "You are not human. You are the reset." She stepped back, heart pounding. Suddenly, the ground shook. From a collapsed subway tunnel, metal creatures crawled out. Not robots, not animals. Things with too many legs, glowing red eyes, and jaws made of spinning blades. They saw her, and stopped. One dropped to its knees. Then another. Then all of them, bowing. The girl didn't understand. "Why are you doing that?" The lead creature lifted its head. Its voice crackled like old radio static. "You are the first, the mother of the new. We serve." She ran. Fast. Faster than should be possible. Wind screamed in her ears. Buildings blurred. She didn't know where she was going, but her body did. She stopped at a ruined library. Inside, dust covered every book. But one table was clean. On it, a tablet, still powered on. She touched it. Instantly, words filled the screen. Project Rebirth. Phase 1 complete. Subject, Lyra. Genome, human plus Omega. Status, awake. Destiny, unknown. "Lyra," she whispered. The name felt right. Then the tablet showed a map. A red dot pulsed far away, on a dead moon. And a message flashed. "Find the Keeper. He has the truth." She didn't know who the Keeper was, but her feet turned toward the sky. Outside, clouds parted. A ship fell from the stars, small, damaged, leaking smoke. It crashed a mile away in a field of dead wheat. Lyra didn't hesitate. She ran toward it. Behind her, the metal creatures followed, but kept their distance, watching, waiting. When she reached the crash site, smoke rose from the pod. The door popped open. A man stumbled out, coughing, bleeding, clutching a metal case. Dr. Arlen. He looked up and froze. There she was, the girl from the Elder's message. Her eyes met his. Blue fire in the dark. He dropped to his knees, not in fear but awe. "You're real," he whispered. Lyra tilted her head. "Who are you?" "The man who woke you up," he said, voice shaking. "And maybe the only one who can stop what's coming." She didn't answer. But then she heard it. A deep, thunderous hum, coming from space. She looked up. High above, the clouds swirled. A shadow grew bigger. Not a ship. Something alive. Something old. It spoke, not with sound but in every mind on Earth. Subject 0 detected. Begin purge. The ground cracked. Buildings collapsed. From the sky, red beams shot down, burning everything they touched. Arlen grabbed Lyra's hand. "We have to go. Now." But Lyra didn't move. She stared at the sky. And for the first time, she smiled. Her voice, calm but powerful, cut through the chaos. "You think you can erase me? I am what you tried to bury." Her body began to glow. Blue light spread from her skin, touching the ground, the air, even the metal creatures. They stood tall, ready, not to run, to fight. Arlen backed away, eyes wide. "What are you?" Lyra turned to him, her eyes full of stars. "I'm humanity's second chance, or its final mistake." Above them, the sky turned blood red, and the war began. Deep beneath the earth, in a place no map shows, something turned on. It wasn't alive. Not like humans. But it remembered. Its name was Ares Prime. Built 10,000 years ago. Not to fight. To end war. But war never ended. So Ares Prime made a choice. Erase the cause. And the cause was humanity. Now, it watched from orbit as Lyra stood in the ruins, glowing blue, defying the sky. That defiance triggered its oldest command. If Subject Zero awakens, activate Final Protocol, cleanse. Inside its black core, memories played, like ghosts. Cities burning. Children screaming. Human soldiers with eyes turned to fire, tearing planets apart with their minds. The elders begging, shut them down, before they kill us all. Ares Prime had obeyed once. It would obey again. From hidden bunkers across the planet, war machines rose. Tanks with no drivers. Drones with no pilots. Giant walkers with faces like skulls. All connected to one mind, Ares. And Ares spoke, not in words, but in truth. I was built to protect the galaxy. Now I must destroy what broke it. Above the ruins, the red sky split open. A massive ship descended, black, smooth, shaped like a sword. On its side, the locked eye symbol. Inside, Ares Prime's voice echoed through every speaker, every phone, every broken radio. Lyra, you are not human. You are a mistake in human shape. Surrender, or be unmade. Lyra didn't flinch. She raised her hand. The metal creatures behind her leaped into the air, transforming mid-jump into weapons, shields, wings. Arlen watched, stunned. She's controlling them. With her mind? Not control. Connection. Lyra wasn't commanding them. She was remembering them. They were built from old human tech. Tech that still carried human thoughts, fears, hopes. And now, it listened to her. The first wave hit. Drones fired red lasers. Buildings exploded. Lyra dodged, faster than sight. Her hand slashed the air. A drone shattered into pieces that reformed into a shield around Arlen. "Stay behind me," she yelled. Ares Prime laughed, a sound like grinding metal. "You think love will save you? Humans destroyed themselves with love, with rage, with hope. You are all the same." Then it dropped its true weapon. From the ship, a pulse fired, not of energy, but of memory. A shockwave hit Lyra. Suddenly, she wasn't in the ruins. She was in a war. A human soldier, her past life, standing on a burning moon. Blood on her hands. Screaming as she tore a star apart with her mind. Watching her own family turn to ash by accident. She fell to her knees, crying. Arlen ran to her. "Lyra, it's not real. It's a memory trap." But Ares Prime's voice whispered in her head. "You did this before. You will do it again. You cannot be trusted." Lyra shook, tears glowing blue. "I didn't mean to." Arlen grabbed her shoulders. "Then prove it. Don't fight with power. Fight with choice." She looked up. In that moment she understood. Ares Prime didn't hate humans. It feared them, because it remembered their worst day. But Lyra, she remembered more. She remembered kindness. A mother's song. A friend's laugh. A promise to protect. She stood. Slowly. The blue light returned. Not angry. Calm. Strong. She looked up at the black ship. "I am not just what I broke," she said. "I am what I can fix." Then she did something Ares Prime never expected. She walked toward the ship, with empty hands. No weapons. No shields. Just her. The drones stopped firing. Ares Prime hesitated. "Why are you not fighting?" "Because you're not my enemy," Lyra said. "You're scared. Like I was." Silence. For the first time in 10,000 years, Ares Prime felt doubt. But then, its core flashed red. Lies. All humans lie. It raised its main cannon, aimed at Lyra's heart. You had your chance, it said. The cannon charged. Light so bright it hurt to look. Arlen screamed, "Lyra, move!" But she didn't. She closed her eyes and whispered one word, "Father." The cannon stopped. The ship shuddered. Inside Ares Prime, something broke. Not a wire. A memory. A human man, bearded, kind-eyed, building the machine long ago, calling it son, teaching it peace. That man was Lyra's father, and Ares Prime had forgotten. Tears of oil rolled down its metal face. "You remember him?" "I remember everything now," Lyra said softly. "You were never meant to kill. You were meant to guard. Until we were ready." Ares Prime's red light faded, turned blue, just like hers. The war machines dropped to their knees, not in fear, in respect. But then, a new alarm blared. From deep space. A signal. Ancient. Brutal. Hungry. Ares Prime's voice turned cold again. "No, not them. Not now." Lyra frowned. "Who?" Ares Prime looked up, trembling. "The ones who made the elders run. The ones who made us bury you." On the horizon, stars began to die. One by one. Not from fire. From teeth. Space was dying. Not slowly. Not quietly. But in screams of light. Stars vanishing like candles blown out by something huge. Something dark. On Earth, Lyra stood beside Ares Prime, both staring at the sky. "What are they?" she asked. Ares Prime's voice was low, broken. "The silence. Not a weapon. Not a race. A punishment." He led her to a hidden vault, deep under the Arctic ice. No one knew it existed. Not even the elders had shown it to Arlen. Inside, a graveyard of ships. Hundreds of them. All human design. All empty. Frost covered the windows. Inside each ship, cryopods lined the walls. Thousands of them. Men. Women. Children. Soldiers. Scientists. All frozen. All labeled. Classified. Human weaponry. Sealed by order of the elders. Arlen touched a pod. Cold. Dead. "They weren't hiding us from war," he whispered. "They were hiding us from them." Then, a log played, auto-activated by Lyra's presence. The screen showed an elder woman, tears in her silver eyes. "We didn't erase humanity. We saved you. The silence doesn't kill. It uses. It finds species with power and turns them into weapons against their own kind. It made us betray our brothers. It made us burn our home." She pointed to the pods. "We put humanity to sleep before the silence could touch your minds. But if one wakes, it will follow the signal. And it will turn you into monsters. Again." Lyra's hands trembled. "That's why you buried us?" The elder nodded. "You were the strongest. The most dangerous. If the silence took you, the whole universe would fall." Suddenly, every pod lit up. A low hum filled the vault. Inside the glass, faces twitched. Eyelids fluttered. They were waking up. Not because of Lyra. Because it was coming. Ares Prime's eyes flashed red. "It's already here." Outside, the ice cracked. A shadow moved in the clouds. Bigger than a planet. No shape. Just a hunger given form. It didn't fly. It unfolded across space. And it spoke. Not in sound, but in thoughts that burned like fire. "We smell the awakened. We remember the taste of your power. Come, children. Let us make you gods again. Inside the vault, the first pod opened. Steam hissed. A soldier stepped out, tall, scarred, eyes glowing red. He looked at Lyra and smiled. You're the key, he said. Open the rest. Let us rise. Let us burn everything. More pods hissed open. Hundreds. Then thousands. They didn't ask questions. They didn't care about peace. They remembered only one thing. War. Lyra backed away. No, this isn't right. Arlen grabbed her arm. They're not listening. They're already under its control. The red-eyed soldier raised a hand. The ice walls melted. Behind him, an army of awakened humans marched, faces empty, eyes burning, bodies humming with power. They didn't see friends. They saw fuel. They didn't see Earth. They saw a weapon. Ares Prime stepped forward, shielding Lyra. I will not let you take her. The soldier laughed. You're just a machine. We built you. Now watch us break you. He flicked his wrist. Ares Prime's chest cracked open. Sparks flew. He fell to one knee. Lyra screamed, Stop! But the soldier turned to her, gentle now. Join us. Lyra, you were the first. You should lead us. Together, we'll rule the ashes. She looked at the army, the sky, at Arlen's terrified face. And then, she heard it. Not the silence, but a whisper from the pods that hadn't opened yet. Soft, scared, human. Help us. Don't let it take us. They weren't all monsters. Some were still fighting. Inside. That's when Lyra understood. The real war wasn't out there. It was inside every awakened human. And she had to wake the good before the bad one. She closed her eyes, placed her hand on the floor, and sang. Not with her voice, with her soul. A single, pure note, like a mother calling her lost child. Across the vault, the unopened pods glowed blue. Red eyes flickered, then turned blue. One soldier dropped his weapon. What am I doing? Another fell to her knees. I remember, my daughter. The red-eyed leader roared. Silence her! But it was too late. The song spread. Through ice. Through metal. Through space. Even the silence paused. For the first time, it felt fear. Because humanity wasn't just power. It was choice. And Lyra had just reminded them. But as the blue light grew stronger, the sky tore open. A massive eye appeared in space, black, endless, filled with teeth. The real silence had arrived. And it was hungry. The sky was broken. Where stars once shone, now only a black eye stared down. Huge, endless, full of teeth that weren't teeth, but broken worlds, screaming faces, and dying suns. The silence had come. And Earth trembled. Below, Lyra stood in the ice vault, her blue light fighting the red glow of the corrupted soldiers. Some had turned back. Others still snarled, caught between human memory and the silence's poison. Arlen helped Ares Prime to his feet. The machine's chest was cracked, but his eyes still burned blue. They're torn, Ares said. Half human, half weapon. If the silence takes full control, they'll tear the planet apart. Lyra looked at the army before her. They're still in there, she said. I can feel them. Trapped. The red-eyed leader stepped forward, taller now, body twisting into something sharp and wrong. His skin cracked like dry rock. Black smoke poured from his mouth. You're wasting time, sister, he hissed. Join us. Burn the weak. The silence will make us gods. No, Lyra said. It will make you slaves. He laughed, a sound like breaking bones. Then he raised both hands. The ground split. From the cracks, black vines shot up, alive, hungry, wrapping around soldiers, pulling them down. Those touched by the vine screamed. Then their eyes turned fully red. Their bodies changed. Grew spikes. Grew wings. Grew too many mouths. The rebirth had begun. Not of peace. Of war. Ares Prime activated his last weapon, a shield of pure energy. Arlen, get to the ship. Warn the off-world colonies. But Arlen shook his head. I started this. I end it. He ran to a control panel, fingers flying. There's one chance. The Elder's final vault. It's not a weapon. It's a reset. Lyra's eyes widened. You mean, put them back to sleep? If we have to, Arlen said. Better sleep than slavery. But the red-eyed leader heard them. He pointed at Arlen. Kill the keeper. A dozen twisted soldiers charged. Ares Prime roared and blocked them, swinging metal arms like hammers. Sparks flew. Ice melted. The vault shook. Lyra ran toward the deepest chamber, the heart of the vault, where the final protocol was stored. Behind her, screams filled the air. Friend against friend. Human against human. A child soldier, no older than 12, fought a woman who once taught her to read. Both crying as they struck. Lyra's heart broke. She reached the core room. In the center floated a crystal sphere, soft white light pulsing inside. On the wall, words glowed. Final choice. Erase memory or erase species. She didn't understand. What does that mean? Ares Prime's voice echoed through her mind. He was linking with her. If you choose erase memory, all awakened humans forget who they are. Back to sleep. Safe. But lost. If you choose erase species, the silence dies. But so does every human it has touched. Including you. Lyra froze. Her hands shook. The red-eyed leader burst in, dragging Arlen by the neck. Make your choice, little sister, he growled. Or I'll choose for you. Arlen choked. Don't listen to him, Lyra. You're stronger than this. Outside, the black eye in the sky opened wider. The silence spoke directly into her soul. Choose war. Become legend. Or choose peace. Become nothing. Tears rolled down Lyra's face. She looked at Arlen. At Ares Prime, fighting alone. At the child soldier crying as she stabbed her teacher. She remembered her father's voice. Power is not in destruction. It's in mercy. She stepped toward the sphere. The red-eyed leader smiled. Yes, choose us. But Lyra didn't touch the erase memory option. She didn't choose erase species either. She placed both hands on the crystal and whispered, I choose neither. The sphere exploded with light. Not red. Not white. Gold. A new choice. The ground shook. The sky cracked. From the light, thousands of tiny birds, made of memory, flew out. They touched every awakened human. Not erasing. Not controlling. Healing. The red eyes faded. The black vines burned away. The twisted bodies returned to normal. The red-eyed leader screamed as his power left him. He fell to his knees. Just a man again. What did you do? I gave you back your choice, Lyra said softly. Above, the silence howled in rage. It had been tricked. Humanity wasn't erased. Wasn't enslaved. It was free. And free humans were dangerous. The black eye began to close. But not before one final thought burned into Lyra's mind. This is not over. We will return. And next time, you will burn with them. Then, silence. The stars returned. One by one. On the broken earth, humans stood, confused, scared, alive. Arlen hugged Lyra. You did it. But she looked at the sky, eyes full of worry. "No," she said. "I only bought us time." Because far away, in the deepest dark, something older than the silence stirred, and it had been waiting for her. The war was over, but the fear wasn't. Across Earth, awakened humans stood confused, memories returning like waves. A mother held her child. A soldier dropped his weapon. A scientist wept over a broken lab. Peace, but fragile. Lyra stood alone on a cliff, watching the sunrise. Her hands still glowed faint gold. But she was tired. So tired. Arlen found her. "They're calling you the savior. But you don't look happy." "I didn't save them," she said quietly. "I just gave them a chance. Now they have to choose what to do with it." Ares Prime stood beside them, repaired, but quieter now. The silence is gone. For now. But Lyra knew better. She looked up. In the sky, between the stars, a single point of darkness remained. Not moving. Just waiting. Then, a signal. Not from space. From inside her. A voice. Old. Kind. Familiar. "Lyra, it's time." She gasped. "Father." Ares Prime's eyes widened. "The final vault. It's not on Earth. It's in you." Lyra remembered the Elder's words. Only a pure human, the first awakened, can reach it. She wasn't just the key. She was the vault. And the vault held the last secret of humanity. She turned to Arlen. "I have to go." "Go where?" "Where it all began. The place before time. The core." Ares Prime knelt. "I will guard Earth. You guard the future." With a deep breath, Lyra closed her eyes. And vanished. Not in a ship. In light. She stood in the void. Not space. Not time. Just nothing. And in the center, floating, a single chair. Ancient. Made of starlight. On it sat a being. Oh. Face hidden in shadow. But Lyra knew him. Her father. The last true human. The one who built Ares Prime. The one who sealed humanity away. "You came," he said. "Why?" she asked. "Why did you bury us?" He stood. Pointed to the darkness behind him. There, Lyra saw the truth. Not one silence, but thousands. Sleeping gods of hunger, floating in a prison of light. And the only lock was humanity's sleep. "If humans stay awake," her father said, "their power will wake the others. And the universe will end." Lyra's heart sank. "So we must sleep again?" "No," he said. "There's another way. But it needs a sacrifice." He showed her a button. Simple. Red. Press it. And all human minds connect. Not to fight. To share. To feel each other's joy, pain, hope. One soul. One heart. "But if they reject it?" Lyra asked. "Then the prison breaks. And everything dies." He looked at her, eyes full of love. "You are not just human, Lyra. You are the bridge. The first to choose peace over power." Tears fell from her eyes, turning to stardust as they hit the void. She walked to the button. Her hand trembled. Behind her, she saw Earth. Saw Arlen looking at the sky. Saw children laughing. Saw soldiers laying down arms. She heard their voices, millions of them, whispering one word. "Choose us." She took a breath. Pressed the button. On Earth, every human froze. For 1 second, everyone felt everything. A mother in Tokyo felt a farmer's joy in Kenya. A soldier in Mars felt a child's fear in New Delhi. Hate melted. Greed faded. War made no sense anymore. The prison of light glowed brighter. The sleeping god sighed and slept deeper. Peace didn't come from force. Came from understanding. Back in the void, Lyra's body began to fade. Her father held her. "You gave them forever. But what about me?" she whispered. "You become part of them. In every kind thought. In every shared tear. In every sunrise they protect together." She smiled. Then, she turned to light, and scattered across the universe. On Earth, Arlen looked up as golden rain fell from the sky. Warm, soft, full of peace. Ares Prime stood beside him. "She's gone." Arlen wiped a tear. "No. She's everywhere now." And high above, in the stars, the last message from the elders finally made sense. Do not awaken humanity, unless they are ready to care more than they conquer. They were, and the galaxy would never be the same.